there came a time in my entrepreneurship where around October 2006, the company was almost bankrupt. I had nothing left in my bank account. But there was no fear in my mind at all. I did not worry at all that it would be all over. In fact, a lot of employees were leaving at that time. I had staff of 60 people in March 2006, and by October 2006 it came down to 25 people, because they immediately figure out that something is not right and he may go bust. But then I was very calm inside myself that something good will happen. System is going to reward me with whatever good I am doing.
Steve Jobs once said that the most successful man in this world is a storyteller. Hi everyone, I'm your host Simran, and I'm so proud that we have yet another successful person on our show called the Story Makers. Yes, my dear friends, Story Makers is a show where we honor the creator who harnessed the stories to inspire, aspire, and yes, change the future. Today we have with us Mr. Piyush Somani, who is the CEO and yes, he's the founder of Esds Software Solution Limited. He has been an author, he's done so much, and then he has lots to share in his story which he's already pursuing. Please allow me to welcome him on our show, which is the Story Makers. Hi, and a very warm welcome to you, Mr. Piyush.
Thanks a lot, Simran.
It's so good to have you here. You are such a warm personality. I've been talking to you backstage, and what a warmth that you carry.
Thank you very much, Simran.
I would like to start with this very first question. What keeps you motivated? You've started your journey at 23 years and you've done huge. What keeps you motivated every day? What keeps you going every day to your office?
So the impact that we make, not just me, but my organization makes on lives of people. When we see that people are getting benefited, when so many loans through the cooperative initiative or all the Mudra loans or Stand Up India loans, those go to the people, the happiness it gives to them to start their small enterprise. Everything that we do makes a positive impact on lives of people. That gets me motivated, that energizes me, that I am making positive impact on life of people employed with us, life of people who get benefited because of all the digital solutions that are hosted with us. And probably there could not have been any other better way to serve people and serve our country.
So rightly said. Now I know that in no time that you managed to have about 1,000 employees under you working, and you've also created an atmosphere. How do you manage to have this positive atmosphere at your office?
So my journey as an entrepreneur started because I was not treated well. So wherever I work, two organizations I work for a very small period of time. One place I worked for 4 months and the other place I worked for 10 months. And I realized that the corporate world is not so good for people. And till late night you are asked to stay back in the office, you are treated badly, and they can use any word to abuse you in those corporate environment. Obviously it did not happen with me, and if it had happened only with me, then I could have accepted it, that is fine. I can accept anything on myself. But when I see everyone being treated badly around me, then I feel really bad, and that was the reason I chose to be an entrepreneur. And I'm so proud that all the people who are working with us, they come back to me on a regular basis. They share a very positive feedback with me that I feel really happy. I feel like an owner here. And in fact, some sweepers, gardeners, when they come and give that feedback that because of the company, my kids have been educated from a very good institute, and I was able to arrange marriage of someone in my family because the company has taken such good care of me. So that feedback, when it comes to you, that feels like an achievement. Any personal achievements, whether I bought a car or whether I bought a home for myself, I never felt happy about doing anything for myself. But when people give that feedback, that actually goes deep inside and touches this place.
Wow. So that you being a positive person and you also created this atmosphere, that's why people coming to you and telling you that, boss, we really love the way you are working here. It's a big news these days that one of the chairmen of so-and-so companies just mentioned that it is very good to be working 90 hours in a week. Do you really agree that we are needed to work this long to achieve our goals?
No, that is not needed at all. And in fact, the human race today is working on artificial intelligence to make sure that people do not have to work for so long. And so, let me tell you that when I also go to the office, there are things pending for me over the weekends. So I have to go to the office sometimes on Saturday, but sometimes on Sunday. Being an entrepreneur, I have to. And I see that there are people who are regularly coming over the weekend, working, but they are not forced at all. These are over passionate people. They want to create something for the future. That is the reason they are doing it. But then there are people who are in an operational role. They don't need to come over the weekend. They don't need to, because they are not creating something. Someone who is creating and wanting to work hard, definitely. Someone who is very, very young and has a lot of energy and they are burning that energy as a fuel coming in the office at the age of 23, 24, fine. I have also done that. But you can't be doing that all your life. You want to be smarter after a period of time. And let me tell you that it would be maximum 2 years or 3 years from now. Majority of our task, everyone's task, 80-90% of the tasks we all are doing today, machines will finish those. And there's a possibility that people like me in the future might become jobless HNIs. Machines are going to do everything for us, and we will just have a lot of money with us, and then we have to decide what to do with that money, whether to travel, whether to relax, whether to go in a place which is beautiful and proper environment where the AQI is not that of Delhi. So I don't want people to be forced to work for 90 hours. It doesn't generate any productivity at all. It's a very, very bad culture. I chose to be an entrepreneur because people were forced to do like this in the previous companies. I don't want others to be treated badly. In my organization, everyone has to be treated fairly, and I consider that there is God in every human being. If even one single person is treated badly in my organization, that's a complete disaster for me. That's a karma on me, and I will have to be answerable for bad treatment to that one single individual treated badly in my organization. I don't want to have lakhs of employees. Bigger enterprises have lakhs of employees and then majority of them not treated well. Have lesser number of people, but each and every person has to be treated fairly.
Superb. You said it, such a nice thing. And then if and all, we would look for a visionary here, and we have one here who really thinks that nobody's to be treated badly. And that's what we have such great leaders. Now, moving further, I would like to know here that, these days we happen to meet a lot of youngsters who have aspirations. They want to make big. They want to make a lot of money. So what is your mantra like, since you started at the age of 23, that was quite a young age, and then of course you have a huge empire now. Now, what was that thing that you worked upon, and what is it that you would want to tell the youngsters that follow this?
So when I started as an entrepreneur, never in my mind was a thought to make money. These days I definitely see people, they come to me and tell me that, give me an idea, how can I make money? And I said, boss, I don't have any idea to make money. If anyone wants to employ me today, I don't know how I can get salary for that job, because I have never thought of making money for myself or for my family. In fact, my father gave me that freedom that, Piyush, I have worked all my life in bank, and but I am not happy. I was not treated well in my bank, and that's the reason I want to leave the bank. But if it helps you, I will continue to work in the bank for next 5 years. You don't have to earn even a single money for me. That freedom which my father gave to me, that I will earn from the job which I am doing, I will take care of the family, you go and explore, you have all the freedom in the world. And that changed me completely. That made me more responsible. I started working hard. I started enjoying. I started making commitments to people, because one thing that changes your life is commitments.
Correct.
And I've made commitments which I never thought that can I fulfill those commitments or not, but I made those commitments. When I made those commitments, I honored those commitments, and when I honored those commitments, my customer paid me. So that changes you then completely, because more and more commitments you go on making, more and more you get elevated. So after school or college, there is no way to measure you whether you have passed SSC or HSC or college or not. After that, it is only the commitments that you make and all the commitments that you fulfill. That changed me as a person. Then automatically money became a byproduct. In fact, there came a time in my entrepreneurship where around October 2006, the company was almost bankrupt. I had nothing left in my bank account. But there was no fear in my mind at all. I did not worry at all that it would be all over. In fact, a lot of employees were leaving at that time. I had staff of 60 people in March 2006, and by October 2006, it came down to 25 people. Because they immediately figure out that something is not right. Correct. And he may go bust. But then I was very calm inside myself that something good will happen. System is going to reward me with whatever good I am doing. And Jan 2007, see the difference between October 2006 and Jan 2007. I bought 5 Maruti Swift cars with down payment and gifted to all my top performing employees from those 25 people.
Wow. What a great thing, and that I see in you as a personality. Like I started with this, that you are very calm and composed a person. Now, being like this, and also that we are in such a stressful atmosphere these days. A lot of people are into depression, and there is a lot of anxiety and stress around. How do you manage to keep this in yourself, that you're so calm?
The reason I choose to be calm is because if I change my mood, or if I what I have seen about myself, that if I get upset with someone, that person gets 10 times or 100 times more upset with me then. So I figured out that if you cannot make people happy, don't actually make them upset. There are a lot of people who are like the old time industrialists. They actually are very harsh with their staff. I see, like in Nasik also I see that, in Mumbai also I see that they go in the factory and they'll start shouting at people, and they spoil the entire environment. And I did not understand, I never understood what is the reason to treat people like that. Why can't you be good with the people? Because if you made a lot of fortune for yourself, you are such a rich person, best of the cars you have, best of the properties you have today, and still you go to the factory and treat people badly, that's not the right way. And I've never enjoyed that. I've always enjoyed being good to the people. Out of 100 people, there would be 5 people who will not be good to you, or they will take an advantage of you, but you can't stop being good to them.
Mr. Somani, I would also be wanting to know that you have written books. You've been an author also. Now, this is a person who was a CEO, who is an inspirational personality. You're into the tech world, and you're also an author. Now, what inspired you to write? What was that thing that you started to write also?
So, I am a research scientist. I love going deep and deep into anything and everything that I do. So, when I understood psyche of people, I started going deep into it, that why people have such psychology. Some people have this kind of psychology. Every human being is so individual, so independent of other human. I've never seen in my life that 2 individuals are alike.
Correct.
Even twins are not alike. So then I wanted to understand that why people are so unique, why they are so different. Then I got connected with Vipassana. So doing the meditation, I started understanding that what happens inside each human being and how the entire system works inside. That allowed me to write my first book, An Entrepreneur with the Fire Within.
Yes.
So I wrote all my experience, all the anecdotes, that how the system which we call as Dhamma, how that system created certain things in my life which were next to impossible to happen. how I was taught lessons at the right time. And now when I go back and see that, oh my God, that particular situation happened, how lucky I was that out of all the billions and trillions of permutations and combinations, that was planted at that point of time. And it was so necessary. Like I still remember how I cried and wept in the lap of my mother when I failed in first year of engineering. But that failure was so important at that point of time. That's the most important thing and the most positive thing ever happened in my life. That day I felt that that was a disaster for me and my life is over. And today when I go back and see that that was the most important turning point of my life that changed my life positively. That has all come in the book, An Entrepreneur with the Fire Within. And everyone who's read it, he's come back to me and said that I have started believing in a system. The system wants right things to happen to you. And you mentioned about Steve Jobs. So you seem to be a fan of Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs talks about connecting the dots, and the dots get connected only when you look backwards. And when you look backwards, then and then only you start believing that something positive is to happen in your life. And all those positive things start happening when negative things happen. Not those are not negative things, but those are the things that are going against your wish. When things go against your wish, those are the things which are going to positively change your life.
Now, with this company which is already 1,000 employees, what is the kind of mission that you carry for your company now?
We have mission 4Bs. So we want to transform lives of 1 billion people positively. Today we touch lives of more than 600 million people over a fortnight, and I'm really proud that through cloud services, through data center services, we've got an opportunity to do that for so many people. Then another mission is to plant 1 billion trees. So since my childhood, I have been very, very fond of planting trees. When I was very young, I would literally go to people and ask them that if there is space in your compound, can I plant some trees for you? I would bring the plants and I would go and plant those. And after 4 years, 5 years, I would see that, oh my God, these trees have become so big. So in all our offices in India, we have big, big trees. Wherever we've got an opportunity, we've created few jungles also.
Oh wow!
So around there is a place around Nasik, there is a place around Mumbai. So these places we've transformed into complete jungles. Now 10 years back, 12 years back, the place where we started planting trees, it was a quite barren land.
Okay.
And today it has become such a jungle that there are leopards living in it. And couple of times we've tried to go inside, we saw there are marks of leopard and everything. So we chose to come back from there. It has become such a dense jungle.
And
Animals
that you created it.
Yeah, we've created
Wow.
it.
I see you as a very great leader. You think about your office people, you think about the environment. You must be carrying some vision for your own company. And what is that we would like to know?
So the future which we want is an inclusive future, a digitally transformed world. Not just only India. Obviously, my first priority is to digitally transform India. But if your neighborhood is not happy, the rest of the world is not happy, then tomorrow they will create problem for you also. Entire world has to be, the entire human race has to be happy, living in harmony with the nature, and to co-create a technology advanced greener planet.
Okay.
So we don't want to be technology advanced and then have the pollution that we experience in all the metros of India today. How can you live in this kind of polluted environment? Look at what Shanghai and Beijing was 7-8 years back. They were number 1 and number 2 in most polluted cities, and look at they are not even in top 500 in the world anymore. So that is all possible with technology. China has brought technology. Obviously, we have created a perception that China is an enemy state and this and that, but then there is so much to learn from them. Work ethics to be learned from them, and the hard work, commitment, and digital advancement. In India, we are still struggling with Industry 2.0 in the enterprises. China has moved to Industry 4.0, and now they are preparing to move to Industry 5.0. So it is good to learn from the people, good people around us. We are positively transforming their countries, and we should also definitely follow them.
like I've been perpetually saying that you're a great leader, and a great leader comes with a work-life balance. What is your mantra to balance life?
People should spend more time with themselves, more time with their family. So if you are giving 8 hours to your organization for 5 days a week, on an average it comes to 4 days a week in India, because we have so many holidays like festivals and this holiday and that holiday. So every religion has their festivals, and we have, so average those 4 days, 8 hours a day, good enough. Like you've even if it comes down to some 35-40 hours on an average per week, that's good enough to be spent for your work. Rest of the time has to be spent with yourself, with your family, because when you spend time with yourself, like I start my day pretty early. Sometimes it starts around 2:30 a.m., 3 a.m., and then I'll meditate. I'll spend those 3-4 hours, first 3 hours or 3.5 hours with myself. Then sometime with my kids. They also love meditating with me. Sometime with my wife, sometime with my mother. Everyone gets to talk with me. Obviously, whenever I'm there in Nasik, I can't be there for a long time. I can't stay at home for a month. I will obviously, like, at least 2 days, 3 days in a week, I want to travel. I want to meet people. I want to see the world. That makes me feel good. I want to be between my customers, my vendors, my partners. That makes me feel good. So I feel that there has to be a balance of everything.
True.
Enjoy something like do yoga, do pranayam, do meditation, do workouts, go for a run, swim. Last year I discovered that I can be a very good swimmer. I started swimming, and within 2 months, 3 months, I became very good at swimming. So I started enjoying that like anything. So there has to be something that keeps on giving you numbers every day, that okay, I am able to do 50 meters in 40 seconds, then same 50 meters in 37 seconds, 36 seconds. That number makes you feel really good, that I am getting better.
You very much mentioned that you are taking care of the environment by planting trees, and that's what is your one of the B's here. Now, you have a huge organization with a lot of people. So, are they also investing themselves, their families? What are they doing to actually help you in this mission of yours?
So I've always seen that whatever you do, whether you do good or whether you do bad, people will join you. Obviously, when you do good, the lesser number of people will join, but then there would be people who will join, and you do bad, more people will join you. But in my organization, I have consistently seen that my people come with their family members, with the kids, and all those kids enjoy planting trees a lot. That inspiration that goes to the next generation.
So, Mr. Somani, I would really be wanting to know, you just now mentioned mindfulness. How do you incorporate mindfulness in your own life and for the people who are working for you?
So the first time it happened to me was through Vipassana only. A lot of people ask me about that, why did I go to Vipassana? But because I had stressed out myself too much. Because I wanted everyone to be happy around me, I started making myself sad from inside. And then that converted into a lot of stress, and then it was taking away all my peace. It resulted in 6 types of arthritis in the body and so many other health issues. Almost 2 dozens of health issues happened to me by 2019. And after I came from my first course of Vipassana, everything was gone. Then I figured out that mindfulness is so important. It is so important when you are having your lunch, or when you are sitting around doing something, how important it is to stay focused on that.
Nature brings a lot of mindfulness, and of course you're also telling people to be into the nature, to be positive and to be mindful about it. Now, before we finally end the show, I would like to have that mantra from you for the young entrepreneurs who are watching you. You started so early, so what was that your mantra that you would want them to follow?
When I started, I was very clear in my mind that whatever I am doing, the data center business or the cloud services business, I was committed to do that for lifetime. I did not think, when I meet young generation today, they just come to me and ask me that I have such an idea, and what do you think, will I make money out of this idea? And some people come and ask me that give me an idea from which I can make money. And then I said, like, even I don't have an idea to make money. So I am just pursuing my passion. And data centers and cloud services and AI, like we first bought AI in the year 2009 and 10. So that was the time when we thought about artificial intelligence to positively transform the world. So I have given my life to it. And I analyze that on a regular basis, and I again feel that yes, it's a correct decision that I have taken, that I am giving this entire life to this mission, because this is going to change the entire mankind, it is going to change the entire human race. So that has to be mantra for every individual, every entrepreneur who wants to, or every person who pursues to be an entrepreneur, who is aspiring to be an entrepreneur, that give yourself a mission for which you can commit your life. Don't do something for 30 days, quit, and start something, give 6 months, quit something. Like my partner in the UK, when he started search engine optimization services in 2006, he gave up in 6 months' time. I continued that, and in a couple of months' time, all our websites were on top in the search engine. We were number 1, number 2, number 3 in Google for everything that people would search in US and UK. So only because I knew that whatever I will do till it generates results. I will not give up. When I was on the verge of bankruptcy in October 2006, I did not give up. And that is how things changed and where we were in Jan 2007. So it is very important to have a very strong belief that whatever you are doing is right. But then being surrounded by quality people, good mentors around you, you cannot be an arrogant person who is not ready to listen to anyone. The young generation does not believe in having a guru. They will say that no, Mr. So-and-so, who is the richest person in the world, he is $200 billion worth, he is $100 billion worth, he is my idol. I want to become that kind of a person. Sorry, you can't have people who are worth 200 billion. If that person is not having happiness inside him, do you really want to become a $200 billion worth? I don't want to be a $200 billion person in my lifetime. If at all I reach there, all that wealth would be available for the betterment of the mankind, not for betterment of myself. I don't want to buy yachts or aircrafts for myself. People should be happy. And I want the new generation to also follow the same mantra, because inside you, if you will make money, you will be $10 billion, $20 billion in this lifetime. But if inside this is filled with pain, and you end up like what is happening with the young generation, at the age of 35 people die with heart attack, at the age of 40 people are dying with heart attack. Do you want to collapse? Einstein had said that the future belongs to idiots who will be looking down all the time and who will collapse on the road. Do you actually want to do that? I don't want that to happen to the young. Such intelligent people in this beautiful world, they all deserve to be happy.
Yeah. Wow. And I am so very happy today because I'm sharing the stage with somebody who has very much, you've got a clear mind that all that you want for your country, for your people working with, that they should be happy and there should be positivity around. And how much I felt positive today, how should I just express? I've been expressing all through. Thank you so very much, Mr. Somani. This interview was amazing. And I hope it was for you too.
Yeah, it was. And may the entire country be happy. All our 140 crore people be happy. And may the Dhamma, may the entire system which is watching all of us, bless all of us with a lot of peace and happiness.
Thank you so very much. And my dear lovely audience, I'm sure this interview must have made it very clear that what you have to follow. You have to follow your passion, but yes, with persistence. And here we were with yet another inspiring personality. Are you also glued to see more? Then please do let us know. Here's Simran signing off, but I promise I will be back soon. Stay positive.